Welcome, Richard Carlton here. I'm here with Nick Hunter. All right, so welcome to first day of 3 days. There's about a minute and a half delay between the time that we say something and you see it, but we do see your conversations coming on almost immediately, so I'll be monitoring those over here. Welcome to Empowering Your Search. Who is RCC, right? So we are a FileMaker, top-tier FileMaker consultancy, been in the business 30 years. Those of you know all about us here. We have offices in California, Nevada, and Texas. We have a team that does quite a bit. They've, frankly, a really good team. The team, we've continued to add great people, yeah, so that's all I can say is that the team that we have right now, I'm very, very happy with. It's a very efficient team. It wants to be here. It wants to do its part of its job. It's not a bunch of slackers, which is really nice. So moving forward, who is Nick Hunter? I'm just going to give you my perspective of Nick. So Nick's been doing FileMaker for 35 years. He actually did it before I did, which is saying something. He worked at Claire/Apple for 8 years, primarily doing user interface related activities. And then he was one of the few people down there who actually used the product. And as a result of that, he had a specific opinion of how it should work or how it could work better. He has designed a lot of the modern objects or been involved with them to some degree. He was involved with WebDirect, pops over slide controls. And he helped kind of co-develop the workspace. He's great on that. He's an artistic design guy and also a high-performance guy, which is really important. He's been involved with a lot of these steps and capabilities and functions. In fact, FileMaker is worse off without him being there, but it's really benefited our company, which it brings us to the next slide. Nick Hunter, there's a handful of developers out there or companies that will hire Nick. Nick is kind of a high-end educator and teacher. There are a handful of companies that it's kind of funny. They hire him, they bring him in, and then they can really benefit from the improvements. A lot of you don't really need to hire him. You're going to learn today about his tricks and tips and techniques. But we wanted to do the shameless plug to make sure that if you need help and you have designated budget for an outside consultant, he's not as expensive as what you might expect for the San Francisco Bay Area or the New York areas. Those hourly rates for those developers are well north of $200 an hour. That's not what we charge because we don't have to. And so Nick is available to do development or to coach you or to, if you have a slow application. We've been talking to a number of customers. It was kind of funny. We were talking to a customer who has an extraordinarily slow application. And what was it, Nick? They have a script they run every day that takes, what, 25 to 26 hours?
It's a delivery company in Canada.
Yeah, and so it's a script that takes 25, 26 hours a day to run, and you have to run it every day. So I figured that Nick had invented a way of adding 2 more hours to the day. That's not true. The customer just was unfortunately suffering. And so he can help your internal team. He works with Jacob Taylor, one of our server guys. So, and Nick is always people always kind of call him, hey, can I hire Nick? We want to take you away from RCC and we want to make you an employee. He doesn't, generally, Nick, you can ask him, but he generally is interested in not leaving RCC, right? Well, you could tell him that happened this morning, Nick, right?
Yes. I'm not, together we are, we're friends and, the fidelity is something, it's a quality that we both share. And and working for RCC is always great because, pretty much you let me do what I want. So as a boss, you're a great boss.
Yeah, no, it works great. And it's a team effort because like anything else, for those of you who've seen the training, understand that it's not really a one-person job because we bring Jacob Taylor in, we bring Calvin in, we bring Nick in, we bring all these different specialists in. All together, they make a complete package, right? Without all the pieces, you've only got part of the package. So,
but also, when you hire any engineer at RCC, it's like the engineer is working for your company, whereas as soon as you hire the engineer is dedicated to your company. So you don't need to kind of hire as an employee, an engineer. You can just enjoy the fact that RCC gather all those the team together. Because what I was saying, somebody earlier, is that you don't need, if you hire a doctor, you will hire a doctor that is specialized into something, but it's better to go to the hospital, right? And then you have all the doctors you want, right? So not only one specialized doctor. So when you hire RCC, you have a wide variety of knowledge. Like you talk about Jacob, which is awesome. Everything server, PHP. This guy awesome. I mean, it's awesome. And we have plenty of good people, with our Java development, any kind of thing we need. But everybody has a specialty, right? So that's great. It's great to work for RCC. So today we are. This is the agenda. So, I'm overall we are going to learn how to make find and filtering extremely powerful. So extremely fast and powerful, and at the same time extremely easy. To do so, we need 3 days because we are going to talk about somewhat complicated things, which is not that complicated. Okay, so it sounds complicated, but it's not, and I'm going to demonstrate to you. But we need to have steps before you arrive to Wednesday, when I'm going to show you the whole thing. Okay, so today we are going to learn how learn how QuickFind is working. Okay, it's very important, and how go to red records works. Okay, so we are going to learn those two kind of FileMaker feature, right? And tomorrow we are going to show how QuickFind and go to red record works together, right? And Wednesday, then we will learn this infamous transfer of found set technique, which involve QuickFind, go to red record, and P sources, perform script on server. So that's why we have 3 stages here, right? So let's start with, shall we?
Absolutely. Now, by the way, just so you know, just me looking at this very at a basic level, Nick, I don't. I mean, you're saying, well, quick find is kind of a boring thing that I almost never use, and I pretty much figure I'm an expert at it. So, what possibly could you teach us that we don't already know, right? I mean, I'm kind of skeptical a little bit here, right? So,
Okay, so
I'm just saying.
Really, yeah. But I perfectly understand, and I know why people doesn't even think about QuickFind, because FileMaker got this fantastic technique also built by Oleg Zedman, okay, the same guy that who built those quick. Oleg and I, we work together. We're extremely friends. We're still friends. We work on the scripting workspace together. We work on the new CAG dialog together. We work on the new import dialog together. So we work a lot together. Oleg Zedman invented this quick find 20 years ago. Okay, so that was his first task when he joined FileMaker. So, but I'm going to show you why quick find is extremely powerful. So we all know QuickFind for this, right? You go here, you have a list, right? You go here and you say you want Nick, okay? And you search for Nick. Oh, there's no Nick. Okay, cool. Let's say Vincent. Okay, you want Vince. Okay, so you have all the Vincent. So you can see here I found with Vincent. There's everywhere Vincent. Okay, so but sometimes Vincent is here, sometimes he's here. So that's what we know about QuickFind. Okay, we think QuickFind is just a field here on the top of the window. So we all know the QuickFind. So that way. Okay. So now I'm going to show you something that you don't know about QuickFind. I want Vincent, but so Vince, okay, for Vincent, but I want Vince PA. Okay, here what happens? So I have Vincent PA. So Vincent paddle. So quick find automatically, just because I put a space here, did the separation for me. So let's show you something else that will be also good. So let's say I'm here and I want all the berry, for example, or I have all the berry, okay, and I want the berry OC, for example. I have this one, or bear O, like that. So you can put half of the beginning of each word you want to look for. So that's how quick find works. You can put, like, if I put FA, so that means, let's say I have Burr, Oak, FA. So it will find anything that starts with Burr and Oak and FA anywhere in those fields. So if I do this, here what I have Oak, Bear, and FA. Okay. So if you try to do that with perform find, good luck for you. Good luck. I hope you luck to do that with a perform find. So why? Because actually I'm looking for all those fields, and you can control. So quick find will search into the layout you are in, into every fields that you set to be included in quick find. You see here you have the include quick find. So if, let's say I don't want to look for emails, for example, you unlock this. So now you don't have emails in the quick find. So if I do again the FA search, it said I have nothing, because FA, nothing, it didn't find anything with Burr, Ock, and FA, because email is not there in the quick find anymore. Is ignored by the quick find. If I put back this and I say, okay, I say again, okay, let's say show all, and I say again, FA, he find it because email is inside. So now you have kind of a good understanding of what the benefit of quick find. Okay.
Yeah, I just the
So
problem is I
yeah.
always try to use it on a database where I haven't kind of cleaned it up and I have all these unindexed fields, right, and it just dies a horrible death, right? So yeah, so you got to turn it
Yes.
off
Yeah.
on
So
calc. Yeah.
you need to be careful what you're doing here. I'm going to explain that during this course, during those 3 days. I'm going to explain my technique and why it's great to use that. Okay. So this is the basic. This is a basic quick find. Okay. Basic quick find. Okay. Now let's say I want something better, because nowadays we need quick find more than ever. Why? It's because FileMaker came with this fantastic portal that can show record from the current table. We call that the master detail. Okay, FileMaker came with this. So now we need the quick find more than ever. Okay, perform find is great, but it's a chirurgical target. It's extremely precise. When you have a precise target, something extremely narrow, you use perform find. But when you want to search a wide search, you don't use perform find. Perform find is great when you say, oh, I want this city. Okay, this is the perform find. This is great for that. Okay, but search me something with FAR in the layout, right? This search me something. This is something else. Sure. You say, okay, perform find. So he found it 574. He found the first field. So you search anywhere, right? So now that we have those new kind of what's the name, master detail, we need quick find. So here how quick find works. I said earlier that I can accumulate multiple search. Like I can say I want Fairfield, fair, okay? So I have 574, and I can do gra, like that. So now if I perform find, I have less. So he found for fair and he found for gras. You can see that I don't use that box anymore. You can hide it. I
So
don't use that one.
wait. So you're actually, I've never seen this before. So you're using multiple, basically those are separate requests, right? Right. That another request.
No, okay,
Oh, it's
no.
not. It's not a separate
That
request. It's the same. Oh, I got it. Okay. It's the same.
it's a
It's an and
it's the
search.
same request.
It's an
Yeah,
and search.
exactly.
It's not an or
Yeah,
search. It's an and. It's Fairfield
it's
and
a and exact
yeah
and
yeah and or yeah.
yeah. So and
Hang on,
anywhere.
we have a question here. So this is from TK571, who's guarding the Millennium Falcon. He says, "Does quick find work on starting letters of each word, or would you search letters in between?" So talk briefly about indexing and how searches work, Nick.
Yes. So okay. So it doesn't. It work only with the beginning. Okay. So you can't. That was my demonstration. If you do that, it doesn't work. It search only with the beginning of the word. If you say gra, it will find something, right? So yeah. Okay. So the indexing, pretty much, you have multiple level of indexing, but indexing is hi, it's a pity. I have a great custom function to demonstrate that. You have uh, each time you type something each time you type something. Let's say you type Fairfield, okay? The indexing will work like that. It will type F A FAI
Yep.
FAAR.
Keep going,
Okay,
Nick. Keep
so
going. Let me talk. You keep going. You keep going. Go all the way. Keep going.
okay,
So what happens here, and this goes back to we talked about this before, but you type the word Fairfield out, right? But hidden inside of FileMaker is this index, and that index will actually, if you could see it, looks like this. And so what it does is typing all the permutations out, but it starts at the beginning and it works to the end. And so then if you type any of those items, you're going to get a hit on that, on the word Fairfield. That's how indexing works. It works from the left, and you never see this, but that's really what indexing does, right? So, Nick, I think I did that while you could
yeah,
type it out. That's really a
yeah,
great
and
example. That's a great example.
yeah, yeah, and after that, that's why you have this here when you go to the indexing here. When you go here, you have multiple level of indexing. You have the minimal
Okay.
and the all.
So he's on
Okay,
options.
the
Hey, you're going about
yeah,
warp 9,
sorry.
and we have some new people here. And field definitions, we select the field, we select options, or you can double click the field, options comes up. You hit storage. Then down at the bottom, you have no indexing, none, minimal, which I don't even want to get into minimal. It just has to do with relationships. And then all. Really, most people either do all or none, is for the most part what we do.
Okay, yeah, okay. Well, so I explain why it can be dangerous to have the all the time. Uh, yeah.
Are you telling me
So
that I'm dangerous?
yes, you're
Oh,
dangerous.
all right. That's
You like the COVID-19. You're dangerous.
I'm Carlton 19. There we go.
Yeah, good. So, so as you can see here, pretty much all my because you don't need the all for all the fields. Okay, so what you need to do here, you need to if you have, let's say, 100 fields in one table, and you have millions of records, and you have big data, big chunk of data in the text. Let's say you have text of data. You have a big, like 5 pages of text inside the fields, uh, and you set the indexing to all. Your database will weigh something like 200 gigabytes, right? And each time you make a change into a field, the server will have to generate the index. The index will get so huge, right, that it will become a problem even to search on. Instead of being solving the problem to search, it will make the search even slower, because the index is so huge, right? So you need to be extremely conservative here. And you see, for example, this one is all. Why? Is because I need that for the relationship. Relationship needs all. See, it's all. Why? Because it's a relationship So I need both ways. We're not going to enter too much of the detail here, but what I can tell you is that let's keep FileMaker doing what is job. Keep automatically create indexes I needed. Don't force it. Don't force it into all. Let FileMaker do his work. FileMaker is smart enough to know what it needs to do with the index. Just keep it automatic. You keep known automatic. That's it. If it needs in the name, for example, if it needs, it will build it. Demonstration. So I removed here names doesn't have the index anymore, right? So let's say now I'm doing a search in the name. I'm doing a search, whatever, right? So now it takes some time. So well, okay. So now I have, and now if I go there, you can see that name is indexed now and is a minimal. So FileMaker is doing its job automatically. You don't need to. You need to activate. I know people they just activate index in all the thing, and sometimes it is good also to deactivate some of them, especially when you have when you have fields, and you have big indexes. You have a lot of text in one field. It's good sometimes to turn off the index and let FileMaker to do it again. So let's continue.
I do have one question. Just one
Go ahead.
question. That was really great. Ed on the YouTube side is asking about when you're doing the quick search, can it see hidden tabs? I think that's where he's going with this. Can he see hidden tabs or hidden slide panels?
Yes. Yes, and that is one of the problem of QuickFind. You need to make sure that you don't have something hidden, because okay, I'm going to explain that right in a few minutes.
Okay, so we're gonna come back to that. So Ed, you're too early. Too early, Ed. I'm so sorry.
Too early. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So as I said, I want ante, and I want 72, and okay, I want this, for example. Okay, so perform quick find. We say, okay, I found one. Okay, I found one guy out of 5,000. Okay, if I remove the 72, I put 7, I will have more people, right? Because I have more. It's not 72, it's 7. So, but you got the point. So now what you need to know that here I have a script step. We have a script step that name is perform quick find, and this script step can be a calculation. So the script step here is a calculation. Compare to the perform find. Perform find this here. This it's extremely narrow. First of all, you need to tell I want this field, right? And then here you cannot put a calculation, right? You can in the criteria cannot put, and you target one field. You cannot say I want with perform find. You cannot say I want search whatever in this field, search whatever I type, search here. Perform find cannot do that, because even if you say perform find in date, perform find in user, perform find in department, you need to do something like that if you want to do a quick find with perform find. You say, okay, perform find with city, with whatever in a variable, because you need to use a variable. Okay, so you need to build a variable. You say, okay, now you have this, you have to duplicate perform find with this. Each field you need to do whatever, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. You can't do that. You can't do what scripts. You need to perform. At the end of the day, your server is completely crushed. Why don't use quick find, which is quick find is doing it. So as you can see here, I'm not activating anything on quick find here. Everything is deactivated. See? Activate, deactivate. I deactivate everything. Everything is deactivated. No, I put the field I want on the side here. So I duplicate the fields and I put a copy of the field on the side. And here I say I want those in quick find. Then I have a clear vision of what is inside the quick find search. Okay. If you scatter your fields like that, it's hard to read because as I don't remember the name of the person that asked the question. You can have a slide and you can have include quick find here, right? So here when you have so it's complicated to manage.
Yeah,
So
that was Ed.
yeah,
Yeah, Ed was asking that question about
okay.
slides and tabs
So
and stuff.
yeah, so I put on the side here a list. I said quick find. Okay. Most of the time I'm saying do not delete. This is for quick find. Do not delete this. Don't remove that. Okay. And I put all the name of all the field I need quick find to search on. So quick find will search for the IDs, for city, status, name, zip user, and the ID user. Okay. So this is what quick find is looking in. Okay. So let me continue now. So something we all want to do, and so this is great. I show you what it is, but we all want to do something like I want all the active in San Luis Obispo, for example. Okay. Bam. I have all the active in San Luis Obispo. Right? So how you do that with a perform find? So, you have two script steps. You need to search for active and you to search for San Luis, right? So, and I can say, oh, I want active in, I want the customer relations. So relation. Oh, why? Do I have the department here? Okay, see, okay, good. Okay, I don't have the department. I have the ID department. I can add it. So just do this, and you add it yourself. So can you imagine how flexible this is? That's it. Problem solved. I don't need to go to the script. I don't need to edit the script, right? So now it works like by magic.
So
Okay?
so we're turning them all off on the layout. We just turn them the ones we want on the side.
Yes, on the side. And I can say active relation, and I want Santa Clara. That's it. See, I didn't even have to put the world because it knows where to search for, right? So now that you know that, we all want to do something here. And this is great. I logged in. I have a user table. This is my users. This is the users. That's the people that can actually log in the solution, in the security, right? Those are people that can log in. So Nick Hunter has an ID, a UUID. So a UUID, which is important in the demonstration, is by definition is unique. Is this, when you go here and you say, okay, get UUID. Okay, this is unique. It won't exist anymore anywhere in the world, and it won't come back again, right? It's unique. It's not possible. See, it'll generate all the time a new one. It's never the same, and the probability to come with the same is like 1 out of 200 trillion of billions. To give you, I think it's 37.0, the probabilities. We did a math with Oleg, the get UUID. The probability to get the same again has 37 zeros.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So it won't come again. So thanks to this, that's why I use a lot of the. Thanks to this, we all want to do something. I want Mine only. Mine only. My stuff. You want to narrow the font set to the person that is logged in. So now I just put the ID, because when I log in, I have a variable current logged in ID. Okay, current logged in user. This is my ID. So I just put this, and then I search for anything I want. Okay, customer, perform fine. So it's only Nick Hunter. That only Nick Hunter. There's all, you can search for whatever you want. You want the corporation, corp. You type corp. That's it. Always Nick Hunter. There's no way that this can find something else that is not related to Nick Hunter. If I remove this, it's another story. Bam, I have everybody. So let's say I want to search with another ID. I want to search with OB1 ID, for example. Okay, no problem. I go there, I paste the OB1 ID, and now it's all about OB1. So when you want to do something with a perform file, it's not only it's a giant mess. It never works, and you need to use the combination of constraints, font set, and nobody knows how to use this crap. I mean, it's complicated. You need to constrain, to expand. Look how simple it is. Just add in your perform quick find script step. Just add the ID or the name. You can put the name. You say Nick Hunter. That will work as well. You can put the name, but I don't like to use the name because you can have, Nick Hunter sometime in the same. At Apple, for example, Nick Hunter, there's something like 7 Nick Hunter.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. And we had a club over there, all the Nick Hunters. So anyway, I prefer to use the ID. You sure that you have 2 people with the same name. You don't confuse both. Okay. So Zane
says it's awesome. Zane says time to revisit my search techniques. Thanks, Nick. Ron says this is great for development. A lot of comments in here. It's excellent.
So now it's not done.
Oh, you're not done. Not done.
No, I'm done. We have 20 minutes left.
Well, so is it mandatory that we stay here for 20 minutes, or can we leave early?
No, I tell you when you can leave. I mean, if you guys are tired of me, I can stop there. But I want to show you another thing that is important. I'm not. It's not only about QuickFind. It's also about something else. So let's say because QuickFind has some limitation. First limitation is, let's say I have a guy. I create a guy. His name is Paul Santa. Okay, that's his name. And I want to search people in Santa Clara, and I type Santa. So what will happen in my search? All those people are in Santa Clara, but my search also included Paul Santa because I found inside his name Santa. So we will say, hey, Nick, we caught you. I said no. Because you can narrow down. You can narrow that in another way. Let's say I'm saying I want the city to be equal to Santa. And now Paul Santa is no longer included in my search. So how the hell I can do that? That means if I don't do that, I'm targeting all the fields, which are all those fields, right? And the name included. So Paul Santa, he will find Santa here, and he will find Santa in city. But as you can see here, I have, those are the name of the field are name, zip, user, and then here, search city and search status. Okay, so here you need to follow me because I'm going to show you something that Okay, I don't know why we do that for free, because it's nobody knows that. This is unknown. Okay,
You're saying
unknown.
so everyone should pay us to get this tip? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because this okay, maybe two people on Earth knows how to do something like that. Okay, so how I can do that? I create a field. I create a field. Actually, I have two fields. I want to make sure that I search into city, and I want to make sure I search into status. Okay, so I have two fields, and I say, okay, it's an auto entry calculation, and what the thing is doing, the field show city equal and the city, and this one show status equal status. That means here I'm showing the fields. Okay, let me show you the field. Put the field here, make that smaller. Okay, so oops, so, and I want to make sure that this is not included because it's redundant. So these fields, those fields, is if I change the city to Los Osos, it changed to Los Osos. So instead of, as you can see here in my list of fields, I don't search in this field. I search into the search city, which, to find something here, I cannot find Los. If I tap Los here, it won't search into what's the name? He found it, but if I say city equal, right? I'm sure he found that only in the city. So let's take my Santa example back. So I do Santa. He found all the Santa. Like, for example, if I create a new record and I put the username Santa Claus, okay, not the new. If I put that and I show all and I look for Santa, I search for Santa, I will find it Santa Claus. He found Santa Claus and he found Paul Santa. Okay, but if I say city equal, right, is no longer, because this is not something that is in city, is something only here. It cannot find some, because I added the city equal. So I'm targeting.
So is that part of the auto enter? Is an auto enter calc, or what?
Yes,
I missed
yes.
that part where you put that in. So can you?
Yeah. So if I put status Santa, it said no match, because I put status. If I remove, so you target. You say, yeah, I'm showing you. So it's a auto entry calculation, and it's a field where I am searching in, and I said city equal without the text. Okay. And I added, yeah.
Yeah, so Ron has a question here, and I think you're answering this because, once again, the timing is, he asked the question, but he hasn't really seen this part yet. So Ron says how you can use operators in quick finds. That's a question mark.
Okay,
and then
cannot.
You can't, but you kind of jury-rigged your own kind of special operator there, didn't you?
Yeah, you can, but but this is not an operator. This is, I could have put this, for example.
Right.
And then I have to say city ... and then you will find it.
You made your own. And then TK55678, can you comment on the combination of quick find and triggers object modify keystroke, or is it better to use dedicated quick find buttons?
No, the quick find button is for my demo, because tomorrow I'm going to show you the whole thing where what we was here, and I have let's say I want Santa, and you type carriage return. So I don't I never ever use on object modify kind of when you type. It's too slow. FileMaker is not meant for that. You are harming your server when you do that, and nobody is doing this. Even Apple is not doing it.
You're harming your server. You're harming your server. Okay. Yeah. I think your official term for that is hurting hurting Mother Nature or hurting the laws of physics. I can't remember what you
Yeah,
used for.
yeah, it's hurting the law of physics.
Yeah.
So on object save, you put on object save, and so you have a carriage return, and you have so pretty much I have my own quick find field here. You see when you type something that nothing here, it said okay, hey, no match, you clear, you can type whatever, and you do this, right? And you have the calculation that is because tomorrow I'm going to show many things here, like this and this. See, I'm showing things more complicated, but today I want to show this. So this was a quick find. You can have a button. You can you can have a on object save. That's the best. So now I want to switch to something else for the 10 minutes that we have left, or 15 minutes. I want to show you, because we need for tomorrow. That was a quick find. Okay, I will come back to the next 2 days. I will come back to quick find. So don't worry. If you have questions, put them on the side, and I can answer. But I want to show you the relationship, how the relationship works. Okay. The relationship, we all know that if we put like this, okay, you put something, and you have all the matching records on the other table. Like here, I have a relationship that say, whatever I put in the test, look for the look for the first name. Okay, so whatever inside I type here must match the first name. Okay, that equal first. That's it. Okay, very simple. So we all know that, right? If I put another name here, I put, for example, Evelyn. I put Evelyn. Now I have the Evelyn. Okay. But some people doesn't know that in one field I can put Evelyn and Aaron, and now I have both. I have Aaron and Evelyn.
That's an
Right?
OR search. That's the OR search, or is that
No,
the AND?
this is not a search. This is a relationship. So
Yeah. But it's
yeah.
acting. But it's acting like, I mean, people. Okay. But when you tell people this, they don't think about relationships. From the end user perspective, this is a search for them, right?
Yeah, but that's why I said we need both to have powerful search, and fast and performance search, because for for it's the combination of both techniques that makes a new feature that is extremely powerful. So now you know that you can add multiple in one. This is a global field. You have a global field, and then you have a relationship, and whatever you type in the global, it must match here. But it has a limitation. If you don't put the exact name, like if I remove the N of Evelyn, I'm losing Evelyn. It's not like the quick find where I can say, I can put SA for Santa. Okay. Here, it won't work if you do that on the relationship. You need the full thing, and then you have the Evelyn back. Okay. So, and you can add as many as you want. You can add Gabriel and Gab and Evelyn and Jima, whatever. So you have all those people here, Jima and so you have Evelyn, Abraham. So now you know how the relationship works, and you know that you can put multiple. We call that multi-value relationship, multi-value, multi-value, and needs to be with a carriage return. It cannot be with a space. Space won't work. Okay, it needs to be separated with a carriage return. Okay, so this is mandatory.
All right, I was waiting for someone to. Yeah, so Ron says, yeah, 1-to-1. Once again, that's So relationships are different than finds the way they work. The relationships look for exact match, where finds are kind of this wild card search, right? So
yeah, but when you use UUIDs, then you are sure that you will have a right match. That's why, as much as possible, I'm using IDs because and not names, because then you transfer all those searches into the relationship. The relationship will be 200 million faster than any find, any quick find, any perform find, whatever, right? So more you transfer filtering, because this is more filtering than search. More you transfer filtering to the relationship, more you get things. So let me demonstrate on this. Let me demonstrate. So here you have so here where the situation gets more complicated, because when you have nothing in the field here, you have nothing. There's nothing appearing.
Okay,
When you
so
have
so it's so funny. So you hit this right here, and David was already. We were having a dialogue with David and Ron. You can't see the conversation, but they were asking about this right here. So perfect.
okay, so when you have nothing in the key in a parent key, you have nothing showing in the relationship, and that is not what we want. We want the opposite. When this is empty, we want all of them. Okay, otherwise you always search something, right? So this is what we have here. So let's say I want all the departments. So see here I have the same layout that I had before, but instead of the search, I have filters. So I want to have, actually I put all the type of filter that we can have. Show me mine only, or all mine, all mine, all mine. Okay. I want only the media relations, and I want only sales A, and I want the inactive only. That's it. So how you do something like that with perform find when you have 1, 2, 3, and 4 level of filtering?
You can do it. It's a pain.
So how it works, and if you say this, all, and you say all, so see you have 5002. So how it works? You see here you have a bunch of ones and a bunch of things and the IDs. That's what I was saying. IDs. Walk with IDs. Don't walk with name. You can walk with name. I did that on purpose to show you that you can walk on names, but it's better to walk with IDs as much as possible. Why? Because okay, I have a table with all the departments, and so I have a table with all the cities, and I have the table with all the user, and all have an ID. All of them. All. Okay. So let's say I want the mine only. So mine only, right? When I click here, you can see here are all my filters. First filter. Oh, I should have reorganized this better. So the first is this, and this. Okay, this is how it is organized. I have the mine only here. I have the department, the city, and the status. Okay, so all those globals, they are global filter, global filter, global filter, global filter. If I go to the relationship here, and oh, by the way, all of this with one relationship. That's it. Look, I have one relationship. That is what we call a self relationship. Why? Because it's a relationship that points to the same table. I have a relationship that points to the same table. Both are to the accounts. Into the relationship here, I have all my global, right? See? So I have the filter city, the filter department, the filter mine, the filter status. And I have this one, but that is for Wednesday. So let's focus on those 4. Recognize I have those. And then I'm linking this relationship to what I call the link city to go to related record, GTRR, link ID department to the go to related record. So those are to recognize the field and to know what they do. Now, when you hear, you know that those are links for the go to related records, and you know that those are filters. Is written in the names, right? So now, so it's not a pain in the butt to recognize them. So what are those link to the go to the record stuff? They are here. So what they do, as you can see here, I have San Francisco 1, I have an ID 1, and I have another ID 1. And for the status, I have the status 1. For each see, it changes for each records. So the link city GTR is pretty much the city, and he add the one, he add the carriage return, and he put 1. The link, the ID department GTR is the ID, it's the ID department, the ID department. So if you go here, for each record, I have an ID department, okay? Is the ID department 5C222, see? So it's the ID department 5C222, and with a 1 carriage return 1. Same for the department. Why I have twice the same? No, this is not department. This is our user. Okay. So is ID user, samples you, and same for the status. So how I'm building this? I'm building this like that. Another calculated auto entry calculation. I say, make the list of this and this. Pretty much lists do this. List is doing that for me. Last week, I think 2 weeks ago, we talked about list. List, I say, okay, I want the city and I want 1. So pretty much this will return this. See? That's what list doing. So it is doing the carriage return for me. So now I'm doing that for the city, I'm doing that for the department, I'm doing that for the user, and all the filter. So all the counterpart of the filtering, you know. So when I click here, I change the ID of the department. Let's see. I say, see here I have the CDF9 as a department. If I click on another department, now is D2CF. It changes, right? So why the 1? Why the 1? Because the relationship will say, okay, you put in the filter, in your filter for status, you put active. Okay, I found it. I found active here. I found it. I found a bunch of active. Okay. Same for here. Okay, you asked me for San Francisco. I found it. I found a bunch of San Francisco. And then, okay, you asked me for this ID for department. I found it. It's the department, whatever, asset management. And you say mine only, which is the user, which is Nick Hunter, because I'm logged in as Nick Hunter. So he found it, right? But let's say, I want that to be empty, okay? I want that to be empty. So what will happen if I do that? Actually, I should have built a script for that. So if I do that, here's what happened. It doesn't change anything, because for him, it ignores totally this. Okay. So instead of if you do this, if you empty everything with nothing, actually he put 1, but it should have done that. But anyway, it will find nothing. So if you want everything, what you need, you put a bunch of 1s here in the filter, and then it will say, okay, I didn't find anything archive. I didn't find anything like this. But I found a 1 everywhere. And since all the records have 1, all the record, they all have one. They all have in those fields here. They have the ID and the one. They all have one as a. So if you put one, what happened is it searched everything because it found everything because everything has one, right? So he found everything. So you can say, okay, I want this assets, I want this department, but leave city and status and mine only alone. So you have all the asset management.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Nick, we do have a question here. A
Yeah.
gentleman was, I assume a gentleman, I can't remember who it was. I don't know, it might have been TK55678 or someone else. I can't remember. They're asking because I'm going to draw on here, because we're defining these fields and we're populating extra data in here, aren't we adding to the size of the database? And is that
No.
is that a bad thing?
Zero.
Well, you're adding a little bit, right?
No, it's like, yeah, okay, 200K out of a 20 gigabyte database.
Yeah, it's not much.
Yeah, I mean, FileMaker, you can create as many fields you want, as many layout you want, as many script you want. It's not because you have 500,000 scripts here that the solution will be slow or will be huge. I mean, this is minor. This is minor. We don't care if you see you have a bunch of globals and you don't care. Those are
well, actually, the globals, those are just locally defined. Yes.
Yeah, they're all globals, and those those are not globals, but the filter are global.
The filters are globals. Yes.
Yeah. So and for the calculation is auto entry calculation that is really simple. Is doing a list of ID department, and the calculation will never be triggered because the ID department never change unless you change the department.
And then you want it to change,
and the ID change,
Auto enter calculations are a secret to high performance. They're very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, so we can organize kind of a full course on the auto entry calculation. I'm an expert on auto entry calculation. I can even show you things that you can say, wow, we can do that with auto entry calculation. Yeah. Just you need to understand the concept and the behind the scene, under the hood thingy, like I try to do here with the relationship, because you use the multi-level, the multi-value relationship here. You put a 1 at the end of all your fields here. When you put 1 here, if you put 1, what you do, you search for everything. That's what it's doing.
Yep.
See, so it's the combination of these two things. The when you add the one technique here, the one thing here, then you can accumulate as many filter you want. This one is the one on top. You want only mine. You want only this customer service, and you want only this city, and you want this. And now you can even go even further. Let's say I want 2 cities, for example. I don't want only 1 city. I want 2 cities. Look, what you can do. If you go to the cities, actually I can type the name because city. I want San Jose, and I want Santa Clara. Oh, maybe I don't. I need to find. Let's remove this. I want San Jose and Santa Clara. Oops. 14. So it didn't find any of those in Santa Clara. That's why. So if I didn't prepare this demonstration, but it just popped to my mind. But anyway,
that's fine. At this point, I mean, we're kind of past our time. What do you want to wrap up as we come to an end here? Because we have tomorrow and then Wednesday.
Yeah. So So tomorrow we are going to how we can work with those two combined. How we can have this. I have the same filtering, but at the same time, I say, oh, I want only DUI. I can type this, So this is what we want to do. We want to combine the filtering with a search box, which is not something you can manage. Because you don't know what the user is going to put here, So how how we work on both together, and still having the thing very reactive and fast. Because I have 5,000 records here, right? So it's not like a small amount
And
of field
and it's
and
on
we are on server
we're on a server on a
Okay.
cloud server that's on
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
several hundred miles away. Yeah, so
Yeah, and I have in a kind of a Wi-Fi. I'm not, it's not like I have a fiber or whatever. So that tomorrow we are going to see that, and Wednesday we are going to see how we combine this, but searching into related records also at the same time. So you will have all this walking, but searching in the local table and searching in the related table as well at the same time.
all right, well, we're going to wrap stuff up. I appreciate everyone. Have questions, send them to support RC Consulting. We'll make sure before Nick, I'm going to copy paste the conversations over here. It's really actually hard to watch Nick and actually type at the same time because it's like it's a lot. And then Amy, yeah, thanks, Amy, appreciate it. And Ron and everyone else in great conversations. It's awesome. And then we'll see TK55678 tomorrow. Maybe iMog will make it as well. Thanks, folks, everyone. Appreciate it. Once again, fmtraining.tv. Hit the live tab. You can see what the upcoming schedule is. And for now, I'm going to wrap it up. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
And the guys just stepped up the whole way. Calm, cool, collected. The quarterback, great read, good patience. More importantly, great job up front protecting this quarterback to give you a chance. And that's all you can ask for.
Try to rally down 10. 9:25 to go here in the fourth. Short motion by Amendola from the left. Brady takes the shotgun snap. Stands in, throws it left for Amendola. Reaches up and snacks a high throw and lands inside the 10. Rolling to the 9. Ball slightly behind him, but Danny makes the grab.